and you drink like a fucking horse, and you smoke marijuana too, and like it's clear that you're stuffing down fucking problems, emotional problems. And
I
to me, it's like
smoke,
every single
I
time.
do not. Okay, Zycron, first of all,
You
I
drink.
never drink.
Yes, you
I'm a
have,
Muslim. I have
buddy.
never
You've
drunk.
drank,
I do not. I'm a
buddy. You've
Muslim.
drunk in this chat before. Why are you lying?
I've been
I've
high
heard
in
you
this
drunk.
chat.
No, you've been drunk, dude. Don't lie to me. You were fucking drunk that night. You're
Dude,
plastered.
do not accuse me of something that
Oh,
I
buddy,
look
buddy,
very down
buddy.
upon.
You,
I am a
buddy.
Siddiqui. I come from
That's
a noble Islamic
fantastic,
family. Do
buddy.
not accuse
Everybody
me of
backslides. Just don't
drinking.
lie to me about doing it because I knew you were
I
drunk
do
that night, dude.
not fucking lie. I'm a shameless motherfucker.
Buddy, you were so drunk that night you admitted to
I
drinking.
most probably would have been high. I get high on
No,
hash.
I understand you do. You told me this multiple times, but you were drinking that night, dude.
I do not drink. Boss, you've known me much better than Zycron. Have you ever found me drunk?
Um,
No.
I do recall one occasion where I think you said you'd been drinking some whiskey, but
Yes.
that might just be my bad recollection. I'm not sure.
Don't
Okay,
remember you being
twisted.
drunk.
I mean, regardless, there was a night where you were clearly pretty intoxicated and it seemed like your
I
inhibition
was
was affected.
high. I was
Buddy,
high because I
buddy,
do
buddy,
sometimes
buddy,
smoke
buddy,
weed.
buddy. I smoke way more weed than you, and I just want to say that it does not affect your inhibition. Listen, people don't fucking smoke
I
marijuana and
get
beat their fucking
okay,
wives.
dude. Hash is not the same as weed. Hash has completely different
No,
effect.
no, hash is still just acting on the cannabinoid structure. What are you talking about? I've had that.
Whatever it is, do you think I get emotional when I am high?
Everybody does.
Whatever emotion that
Everybody
I have
does,
at
but it's
that
not the
point. No, no,
same as
no. You have to
alcohol.
no. Whatever emotion, everybody has different reactions to all kinds of drugs.
That's
When I
fantastic,
smoke
but I
hash,
know the difference
when
between
I
a
smoke
drunk and a
hash,
high person because I do get drunk and I do get high,
do
and I
you live
frequently do both
inside
at the
me,
same fucking
Zycron?
time.
Do you live inside
No,
me, Zycron?
no, but that night I do recall you
Well,
saying that
then
you had
take
drinks.
my words
Yes,
as
but
they
that
are.
night I recall you admitting that you had drinks.
I do not drink, Zycron.
Oh, that's fantastic. I don't want to even see you admit to it because of your religious conviction, but my point being is that
I
even
am a
even that
guy who has admitted to being a porn fucking connoisseur, and I have more porn knowledge collectively than all of you in the VC right now. Do you think
buddy,
that I
that's
would
not
be, if
something to
I
brag
did
about.
drink, no, do you think that if I did drink,
That's a
I would
bold
be
claim.
hiding that? But you know it's true, boss.
Yeah, because of your religious convictions, to be honest. I
Yeah,
think because
like
you're
porn.
Muslim,
No,
you
no,
would
no,
never admit.
Zycron, do you think that porn is halal? Come on,
I'm sorry,
dude.
what?
Do you think porn is halal or allowed in Islam? I know I've done something wrong. I admit to it. But if I have
Okay,
not done something, I do not accept it. And I've been blamed for many things that I have not done. And I never gave an inch.
okay. Well, I mean, that's fine. I'm not sure you will here either. There's no really point in like continuing to argue about it if we're gonna have conflicting reports if that happened.
Because you, first of all, don't live inside me.
I
You have
don't.
no freaking idea about anything because you're a high freaking motherfucker with medical problems who is not capable of achieving
Buddy,
anything in life. And you're
I'm
gonna
not
tell
even high
me,
right
no, no,
now.
no,
Buddy, I'm
you're
not
gonna
even high
tell
right
me, a very successful person, about how to live my life.
Buddy, success is completely subjective. That's what you're not understanding. You're so mired in
Whatever your
deriving meaning
subjective,
from other
no, no,
people that you can't
whatever
even
your
understand that
subjective
meaning comes
success
from
is,
yourself, dude.
Zycron, whatever your subjective success is, I have more of it.
And how would you know that?
Yeah,
Tell me.
that sounds like a bold claim.
That is a bold claim, but a true one.
How can you
Nah,
know,
I
like,
don't know about
what
that.
if he attributes his success to literally the polar opposites of what you do?
Well, let's just ask him, Zycron, what do you point your success at?
I don't think I derive my sense of meaning from anything else other than whether or not I'm happy in the moment, the present moment. So just making each and every present moment a happy one, and just focusing on trying to be better and better than
Better
I
at
was
what?
the previous time. Anything,
Better at what?
anything that I choose to be better at.
Have you ever
Anything.
chosen anything to be better at?
Yeah, plenty in my life.
Like,
I mean,
for
I'm not
example.
gonna go down my full list, but yes, I've
No,
bettered myself.
I asked for one. I asked for one thing.
I think
I mean,
I've gotten
I can tell a lot of things that I'm good at. I can tell about my struggles because I actually did it. The fuck did you do?
yeah, I think I've gotten really good at familial responsibility and treating people with a lot of respect and I
Treating
mean, I
people
don't
with
know,
what? Treating people
with a
with
lot
what?
of respect, like my
Uh-huh.
family members with a lot of
So,
respect and care and love and compassion,
so
loving
basically,
people in my
your
life, taking
no, no,
care
no.
of them.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Zycron. You're telling me that your achievement in life is basic human decency. I have achieved more than
Yeah,
that.
look, my it's not basic human decency, right? Like I think I've loved the people in my life and taken care of them, and
Oh, so basic human biology. You were
I'd like to
able to love. Boo hoo.
well, that's what
Tell
a
me
lot of
what you have
life
achieved.
meaning is.
I love my
I've achieved
friends. I have friends that I can kill and
I've
die for. I have
I've
friends
achieved
that can kill and
I
die for me.
Sid,
The
I've
fuck do
achieved
you have?
accepting I've achieved accepting myself for who I am and what I am, and not having
And
to constantly prove myself to others, like my self-worth.
and I have accepted myself for what I am. The fuck is your problem? So now tell me, what have you achieved more? What have you achieved?
So again,
This is
why
not an
why are
achievement. This
why
is
are
an
you
internalized process
why are you gonna kill yourself in 4 years
to
if you're
piss off
happy?
God.
Why do you want to piss off God?
Because I
Okay,
want to.
why would you not drink because
What's
it's
going on?
haram, but also want to piss off God by killing yourself?
Yeah, it's kind of
I don't
weird. Like
That
know.
again,
seems like an inconsistency to me.
it just seems
I
like
don't
to me.
care.
Well, that's fine, but it just again, it seems to me like you have a
There
toxic
was a
thought process
time when
here that
I
you have.
said that I was gonna beat a kid up because I just did not like that cute gay motherfucker. I did. Who the fuck is gonna stop me? Nobody.
Nobody's gonna stop you from drinking either.
Yes,
Yeah,
but I choose not to.
So, but it's
Who's
got
gonna for?
nothing to do
No, no.
with your religion then.
I was so much peer pressured into drinking, but I have principles. I might
But
not be,
you
you know,
attributed it
no,
to
no,
your
yes,
religion earlier,
yes,
but
the
I don't
religion.
think that's
I
consistent.
don't, no, no, the thing is, I might not be on very good terms with God, but there are some duties. I do not get back from my duties.
but if
I
you
am a
kill
man.
yourself, you're gonna be going to hell, all right? So why even appease him
A
to begin with if
person,
you're
no, no,
just
no,
going to?
a person who has no greed for heaven has no fear of hell either. I did good because it was good.
It
I
seems
take my
like you've done. Wait,
responsibilities because
it
they
seems
were
like
my
you've done.
responsibilities.
But you don't just do good though, because you've admitted multiple times in this discussion that there's other measurements. Like you don't just do good. You try to make select people in your life happy who you deem to be valuable, but not everyone. You're not just like you unanimously kind to everyone. I've never heard you say that in this discussion. It just
The,
seems like you're attached to
the
certain people in
thing
your
is,
life,
no,
like
no, no.
girlfriends and family members,
You
and you're nice to them.
cannot be kind to everybody. You can't be the person who pleases everybody. I choose
Sure,
my
I agree.
priorities and I stick with them.
Sure. I mean, but are you nice to everyone? Like, does like you being nice to your girlfriend entail hardship for someone else? Do you ever consider that? I'm just
I
curious.
don't understand what you're trying to say.
I'm saying that do you think that like inadvertently from trying to be good, quote unquote, to your wife or whatever by getting her something, do you think that could inadvertently cause more suffering and be a net bad for society or whatever? And that maybe Allah wanted you to like give that money to charity instead of buying your girlfriend like a necklace. How would you even know, right?
Can anybody explain to me what he's trying to tell me?
I mean, I guess
Can you explain what this whole VC is about?
I don't understand your
He's
point.
saying, like, you say that you've done good for people, but how do you know that that's what Allah wanted you to do or was actually the best thing to do?
I think the answer is you really don't, right? I think that's the
No, the
conclusion
thing
he's.
is, I decided because it is me, it is my perception, it is my
Yeah, so
observation. I'm
he's
going to
doing
be
good
judged
by
on
his
that
own standards, I believe.
Sure. Okay. I mean, I'll accept that because I'll
because the
take the
only
conversation as
standards
constructive.
that I will ever understand are mine.
That's interesting. That's fair play. Right. Hands up who likes boobs.
I do.
Sure.
Great, that's
I
one.
can't really show you
I
my hand
do.
up.
That's
but-
two.
No comment.
Oh, we got an asexual in the chat. I'll put you on the back burner. Who else have we got?
Burn,
Well, so we've got somebody
motherfucker.
called Chesticles. I'll put her down as a definite maybe. Zycron, boobs.
Oh, I remember. I made that name.
Yeah, Sid did.
Zycron's, you a boot man or an ass man, Zyke? Or is this, sorry, if it's a personal question, you don't have to answer. And we're not objectifying women. We're just taking sexual preferences voluntarily. That's
Did you
my...
say Zyke? Did you ask me?
Yeah, sorry. I mean,
Oh,
you don't
yeah,
have to answer. It's a
Yeah,
personal
no,
question.
absolutely. I'm definitely an ass man, and
Yes, me too. Me too. I
I
don't
don't know
mind
though.
boobs. I like boobs.
Because my girlfriend's got a massive rack, and I love it as a pillow and
Nice.
shit. It's not like
Oh, yeah.
as sexual to me as the ass is. Like I definitely like rubbing the ass
Yeah.
more than the titties.
I think we can all agree that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something about the
everybody
hip to ass ratio. Hip to ass ratio for me is probably is the most attractive feature of a woman. The rest of it's, like you say, it's comforting, a nice pair of tits. Like, yeah, comforting is the word, but it's also kind of sexual. I don't want to get too into the psychology of it, but yeah.
But
Yeah.
Twisted, don't you think that if a woman has a smile that is just exactly to your liking, you're gonna forget
Yeah.
about boobs and asses. You're gonna say like, I want
Yeah.
that. I want that. I don't care about the boobs or the ass. That smile
Yeah.
is worth everything.
I think this comes down to like my complete I absolutely this is my subjective preference, and this is how I categorize it. You've got cuteness, right, and you've got pretty, and you've got sexy, and those three are all slightly different. Like a young girl, like a teenage girl can be pretty, but it can be non-sexual. But and then they can be cute, and cute can be sexual and do you see what I mean? It's like that sort of crosses over, and then you got like sexual. Like you can find a woman very sexually attractive, but I think she's not pretty in any way. But there's something very
Is the
sexual about her.
distinction just to clarify that you're not a pedophile?
No, this has nothing to
No,
do with it,
it's
Twisted.
no. But think about it.
Brandon.
With the pic,
Yeah,
the
I
little
understand that. I understand that completely.
yeah,
And my preference,
yeah.
my preference is cute and pretty. That is all. That has always
Yeah,
been my preference.
yeah. But
Because
that's
the
it.
thing is,
Yeah,
sexy fades away. Cute and pretty
yeah,
does not.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I have actually seen that because the women in Gilgit Baltistan, I have seen very young and very old of them, and
Hmm.
the sexy fades away, but the pretty and cute, it stays with you throughout your old age.
Yeah, exactly. And and there's a difference between being like attracted, like you can find something attractive. Oh, that's pretty. Like I find this girl on YouTube that I'm chatting to. I find her mind absolutely the way she types. She's a big reader and she types in these long soliloquies and like she hides her. There's something pretty cute about her hiding her intelligence from me because like she doesn't want. She thinks that I think I'm very intelligent, so she sort of hides. She rolls back her intelligence as not to be like superior to mine, and I know she is, and I find that more attractive that she would do that, but I also find it very attractive that she's more intelligent than me. Anyway, it's very complicated. But the fact that people like you can find that attractive, but yet not sexual. Do you sort of into the like it's all very complicated. And I can sort of separate it out, but I think that maybe that's where sort of like these very confused people like would say, "Oh, wow, I'm attracted to that. It must be sexual." And like maybe that's where these things come from. But yeah, all these things are very different. But yeah, boobs can be like sexual and cute, and boobs are universally good. I mean, I think I've just proven that, haven't I? Deductively, that sounds good.
Yeah, but the real question is, what is Ari? Is she pretty and cute or sexy and cute?
Oh,
Because I think that she's
uh,
sexy and cute.
I
I
don't
think
know.
she's sexy and
Mm,
cute.
I'm a Uncle Twisted. I can't say sexy. I'm gonna have to say she's pretty and cute, and she has a dirty mouth on her, which is very sexy. But when she's older, I will admit that. When she's
Okay,
over 18,
okay. Boss, what do you think? Ari is pretty and cute or sexy and cute?
I think you have to
Boss,
step away and get a beer.
Ari, what do you think? What you are? Sexy and cute or pretty and cute?
Oh.
Um. Uh. No comment. I
I
don't know.
just, I just love objectifying women. I'm a materialist. I'm a materialist. I'm a materialist. I like
But there's
women.
no, but Sid, you said before that there's something about her smile. But like, what is it behind her? It's not just the smile itself. There's what it means about her personality.
Oh yes,
Would you not say
because
that's true? That's not
yeah, the thing is,
objectification, then, is it?
no, no, it's
That's a
not.
value and a desire for some personality trait. That's very
because
deep.
because the thing is, smiles do reflect your personalities a lot,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot. The way you smile, and I think there should be a psychology study behind it, because in my experience, it has always
yeah,
been right. The the sh-
yeah,
the smile of a shy person is different.
yeah,
The smile
yeah.
of a cute, confident person is different. The smile of a cute, shy person is different. The smile of a sexy, shy person is. It's so
Confidence, yeah,
explanatory.
yeah.
And
That's another thing, isn't it?
when your
Go on, sorry.
personality changes, your smile does as well. And that's just
Yeah,
so wonderful about the human body.
a very
You can get
confident person. Yeah, like a very confident person you'd say, and they come across as like their personality is very strong. They can be very sexually like upfront, and that's very like overwhelmingly sexual. And it's very good. And then there's that shy, coy sort of like prettiness, and that's like a different type of sexuality. Yeah, that's what you're saying. It's
and
interesting to me.
that girl that I posted, Tale Al Huz, when I
Yeah,
see her smile, what I perceive is cute innocence yet
innocence.
confident.
Yeah,
Cute
yeah,
innocence
yeah,
and yet confident and intelligence. And it just,
yeah.
by God, if I
There's
get somebody like that, I'm gonna.
like a yeah, a
Mm.
hidden depth to it. There's a hidden depth of kindness and like innocence, and yet to be sullied by the world of people like Sid Slicer. That's a joke,
Oh
so
boy.
sorry. But
You
you know what I
know,
mean?
you
It
know,
is
it.
interesting. Like if she was my niece or my daughter, I'd be very proud of her. That's how I can feel. But I once when I was 18, 19, I looked at 15-year-olds. I was like, oh yeah. And then I get to 21 and they start looking too young. When you get to 44, kids like that just look way too young. They look like 10-year-olds did when you were 18. It's just I don't know if it why it works like that. And I look at women
I
my
think
age now and they look young.
you
I
know
don't know why that
there's
happens.
there's this thing that when you look at little girls, uh,
Mm.
there are some times when you say, okay, when she grows up, she's going to be such a beautiful woman.
You can see the bone structure, and you think, oh, she'll be very pretty when she's older. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, because and it does come from like the cuteness and the prettiness, and think, oh yeah, you can like foresee a position or a time in the future where she would have like different features. You're not seeing her as she is now, but her as she will be in the future. Yeah, I can see that.
Exactly, exactly. And people don't understand that.
Well, it sounds well. There's a lot of, understandably, there's a lot of like people who will take it out of context and say things like, "Well, you can't say that because it sounds a lot like this thing that's absolutely
Yeah,
terrible, and this
yeah.
terrible thing
These are
ought to be stamped out." But then
these
you're
are
not saying anything about that awful thing. You're saying something very different, and it's horrible to be taken out of context and punished for it. And I think that's a bit of a problem with the way that certain people are doing things nowadays. But it's good
Wait,
that
are you talking?
that
Are you talking about the bone structure of like little girls and being like, oh, they grow up to be a pretty woman, and then that having that taken out of context, by other people, quote unquote, taken out
No,
of
no, I'm
context.
saying that. I'm saying what I'm saying is like, if you say, "Oh, she'll be let's say you look at a 10-year-old girl and you say, oh, she'll be beautiful when she's older. And then you get some slightly nutcasey person who'll go, you're objectifying a little girl, you're sexualizing a little girl. But they're not. What they're saying is that when she's older, I can see a time when she'll be very pretty. And at that time, then she would be, then I would sexualize. But like now, and then people can't see like the layers deep.
Well,
Do you see what I'm saying? But it does sound wrong.
Wait. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, right,
Yeah,
the interpretation there is kind of valid because it's like, that's a weird statement to make about a little girl.
But do you understand that for the past, well, since my grandparents would say that to my sister, and like my parents have said that to her, oh, she'll be beautiful when she's old. This is something that people have said for generations, but it's only changed its context now in like, I mean, like I say, I am older, so it's like your generation now are going to see it much more differently than I do. And it's not, I think everything's overly sexualized nowadays. Like all you have to do is turn the internet. Since the internet came out in like 95, 96, it was just flooded with porn. You could get like porn everywhere. It was like, there was no Pornhub where it's like, you've just got limits on what you can see. You could see the most disgusting, like depraved shit you could imagine. I imagine you can still do it now with Tor, but like, I think that changed society completely. And like, I think the average age of a person being exposed to hardcore pornography is 10 years old in America and Western countries. When I was young, it was about 14 or 15. And you had to like go out of your way to see it. You couldn't just like turn on a mobile phone and see it. So, and like sex is used to sell a lot more than it used to be. And I think that's where it's come from. There's like, and of course, all the pedophile cases are broken now. Like, all these like high profile pedophiles, and like there's pedophiles around every corner, and like the media like overblows everything. But it's you're right. It's a lot different now. So we can read into these things a lot more than we used to. But I don't know. That's just my take that's my perspective, should we say? But yeah, I don't disagree with what you're saying. It's just a different perspective.